Oh, okay.
All right, everyone, here we are.
Hello.
Kyle's over there. I'm over here. John, we're gonna play some Phantom Abyss. This is a temple running game, is what I call it. It's a first-person speed running game. It's very similar to CS:GO and and Surf maps that are out there. And our objective is to get through the map as quickly as possible, and as safely as possible too. So there are 12 phantoms trapped in here. You'll see these blue images of people. These are people who've died running this same course already. Each time a temple is cleared, it's removed from the pool. It will never be run again. So if we can successfully complete this, we will unlock all these trapped souls, which are real live players. None of these are AI. And we'll give them back we'll give them back their items, and we'll give them back the stuff they have collected through this map. You'll see me running after these chests. I am not the fastest player on the map. I'm also working with new setup here, so I'm excited to see how this runs. We're about middle speed as far as it goes. We've already lost someone down there. We're going to try to pick up their soul. We're going to attempt to pick up the soul of every person that goes down. These are called phantoms. For every phantom that we pick up, kind of like bowling, where there's, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counter resets every time we pick up a soul, and we can get extra lives for picking up those souls. So for picking up the first soul, we get 1 extra heart. For picking up an additional second and third souls, get another heart. And we're just going to climb up this section here and get a chest.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Hey, John. I have a question.
Bring it up.
Okay, so when you're talking about these phantoms,
Yes.
do you want to get all of the phantoms on the map?
I am. I have a donation incentive for myself. Every phantom that I miss, I think we started with 14 is what it was. Every one that I cannot successfully collect, I will donate $1. For every point of damage that I take, I will donate $10. And if I die during a run, I will donate $50.
Excuse me, that sounds like a lot of money.
So I'm trying to avoid death.
Okay.
Have you cleared this with your wife?
Yeah, no, I'm just now hearing about this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm really sorry
So-
about that.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't know, but he wants to make it as awkward for you as the commentator as possible. So
No, I'm going to ask questions about the game because I have come into this completely blind. I've never seen this game in my life. I thought it was a Star Wars game. And
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm going to ask questions that I think the audience might want to know because they probably have never seen this game either.
Yeah,
Is
so
it a popular game, John?
it is not a super popular game. It showed up at I think a Summer Game Fest last year. It showed up in a couple of the summer-related, previews, like the new E3s. It showed up in at least 2 of them, and I was like, oh, wow, that looks like CS Surf, which were old Counter-Strike maps where you would just fly around
I used to play that.
and stuff. And
Did you ever play Death Run?
no,
The same kind of thing.
same kind of concept.
I
So
love Death Run. So this
you
is
might
cool to watch.
you might really like this game.
I'm already very interested.
It's still in early access. It doesn't have an official release. They are making heavy modifications to the game as it goes along. They just changed one of the major game mechanics and are still reworking it. There is limited use of some of the really special abilities. So that'll show up a little bit later in the run. We can just see that TTV, so Freddy died, and Freddy got knocked out by this, leaving a phantom behind. So this obstacle is no longer a threat because Freddy took one for the team. We picked up his phantom, and now we get an extra heart. So now it'll take us 3 hearts to get the next extra. So
That means you can take more damage.
we
though,
can take
right?
more damage,
Which means you have to spend more money.
if I lose that health, yes.
Yes,
So
so-
we're trying to shoot for a perfect run here. This is one of the new movement mechanics. It's a little frustrating to figure out where we're supposed to go. They're trying to, again, make the maps more difficult, and make it more challenging, because it can reach a point where you kind of get old hat at some of this stuff. In a minute, I'll talk a little bit about our loadout and why we use it.
That was one of my questions. Is every single person using the exact same character with that same slingshot that you have?
No. So I am using... Oh, we took a point of damage. I'm using the Vine Whip,
$10, right?
That is $10. If we can't heal it, we'll owe $10. So we're gonna spend a little bit of money. We're gonna pick up Lucky, which gives us a chance to avoid damage, and we're gonna pick up Double Jump. Double Jump will allow us to make a second jump while in air.
Who doesn't love double jump?
Oh, it's a classic.
I mean, it really gives me spirit.
You will see one of the reasons why they're adding mechanics into the game is the double jump is broken. The game developers know that, the community knows that. It really allows the character to avoid a lot of the obstacles. And I will be exploiting that to the best of my benefit.
Says a guy who's already taken damage.
It's already taken damage.
And slipping his family into bankruptcy.
Now, I would not have taken that point of damage if someone in front of me had not activated or stopped the objective from moving. Also talk about the enemy bosses or the guardians that are chasing us. Because as you can see, 12 people or so who didn't make it through. There's a reason they didn't make it through. We want these maps to be challenging. So I'm just collecting these phantoms and moving on. Most of the maps I will be familiar with to some degree. So I will eventually, as we get farther in and I stop explaining the more rudimentary features of the game, I'll start identifying a room as I come into it. But this is the Phantom. This is Bomberman. He's got a better name than that, but I call him Bomberman. And he throws bombs at us that are poisonous.
Good name.
Yeah, and he will lock off sections of the map. So you saw those clouds. I can last 2 or 3 seconds in a cloud, but much more than that will kill me. So I have to be careful about where my placement is, where he is on the map when I'm moving around. You'll see those white lines are trailing arrows. We had 2 people here bite it from that trap, so we're going to be careful around that. Sometimes there's a chest here we're checking for, but there's definitely one up here. And we can follow people's, phantoms, kind of get an indication of what's where. There's a hidden section over here. We're going to fall down. We're going to pick up this chest. Normally, I play with a lot of audio cues so that I can tell, kind of where stuff is. You can see me at the end of that fall parkouring. I'm doing a roll out of it, which will prevent me from taking fall damage.
Parkour!
If you see me looking up, that means that I'm checking for a special area in the ceiling. And we're at the end of this section. We're picking up a shrine.
I want to know if anybody is also getting the vibe of those, like, sticky slap hands.
Yes.
From your whip.
There's a lot of sticky slap hands from, like, carnival fairs and stuff like that in the whip.
I've got a great story about those. I went to the dentist recently, and when I go to my dentist, I ask them if I can get a toy from the children's toy.
Of course.
And the last 3 times they've said yes. I did grab a slap hand, and it did last for about 20 minutes before it became useless.
Oh man, and they get so gross.
Yeah.
They get so filthy.
So there are 12 phantoms that we're trying to pick up from other players who are out here. So right now we're on course, we're on pace. I think I hit that. So the first person to whip a chest, the coins will chase after them, so they can continuously run. They don't have to wait for it or collect it. So there is an advantage to being the first through, but it's also more important to be very careful and make sure that you're not taking that damage. We're going to look up and see that there's nothing up there. So we're going to go through here and move on. Got asked a question a little bit earlier about my loadout and the whip that I'm using. Whenever we finish this run, we'll probably do 2 runs tonight. Whenever I finish this run, I'll show you the spawn area. But inside of there is a whole collection of different whips that are available. I use the Vine Whip. You can see it's kind of green there. Stop bobbing, it's green. It's broken. It's really cheap. It allows me to do a bunch of fun things like jump high, so that I don't have to double jump. And it allows me to get around a lot of obstacles, so it makes the run a lot easier for me to complete without taking damage or without dying. There's the chest that's underneath the waterfall, classic video game trope, chest under a waterfall. We're gonna get that, and there should be one more chest.
Is that a trope? I feel like I've never seen that before.
Oh, well, it is.
I'm kidding.
I hope you're trolling me.
Yeah.
You are.
I'm trolling.
So yeah, we've completed the green section of the map. There are always 3 Gonna quick jump here, or quick whip. There are always 3 sections until you pick the final area to go through, and then there's 1 extra one there. So, I think we have a donation that's coming in.
Yeah. So we have 2 chats from first-time viewers, one from Smoking Vipers, and the other one is from G Malls, which stands for Jennifer Mullins, who I am married to.
What?
Yes. And then she also made a donation of $100. So congratulations to her. And she voted on the poll, the fate of John's beard, cut.
Whoa.
Now, I have to respectively disagree. I don't know how family-friendly the stream has to be, but John, we can talk later about how good that beard looks. And Jenny has said sorry, so sorry, John, about your beard.
Okay. It's money for charity.
That's true. That is true.
Hair grows back, and so do ribs.
No, they don't.
Ribs grow over. Do you see here? I'm kind of like flying through. I know where to go in this section. It's the same beginning section. So if you got another donation, let's toss it out there.
Or whatever's going on in the chat.
Was there a second one?
No.
Okay.
People in the chat aren't just screaming parkour over and over and over again.
No, but I do have a question. So you said these are all phantoms that have run it before,
yes,
or other people, but you're the only one actively, like...
Correct.
There's not, like, you're not attached to other people, and not everyone's connected.
There's a little bit of a programming trick that they're pulling here, and I'm not quite sure what it is, because sometimes, like, if you walk away, leave your computer on halfway through a run, they will assume that it's been abandoned and they'll throw someone else in, and so you can kind of be running at the same time as someone else, but since this is a fresh run, all these phantoms we see are people who've expired before.
Okay.
And that means that they left their whip, and any of these, you'll see it says rare key in the center there, any of the keys that they collected will also be left behind. So if I complete this successfully, it will give those people back their whips and give them back the keys that they've collected.
And then you said no one will ever run this again.
Right. This is a procedurally generated game.
Yep. Okay.
So this version will be destroyed. I'm going to take the heal. I'm going to save myself $10 and move on. So we're back up to full health.
So you've stolen money.
I have stolen money from charity.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, take that into consideration.
I am going through a temple and stealing its precious artifacts. I am not the hero of the story. I am the villain.
Okay.
That's probably going to motivate people to vote to, like, burn your beard off.
Well, what do you want, John? Do you want to keep it or not?
You know, it's been on my face for a while. I'm kind of attached to it. It's kind of attached to me. If we keep it, it's great. If we don't, that, you know, it's a thing. Like I said, hair grows back. You know, ribs grow back. We'll see what happens. All right, I know that there is by looking at that architecture there, I know that there's a hole over here. I need to move closer. Ooh, hey now.
Oh, wow. That's good.
It's all up in my face.
Also, we do have one parkour in chat.
All right, parkour.
All right.
So,
Chat.
yeah, we came outside of here. I'm going to check to see if there is a spot on the ceiling. There is not a spot on the ceiling, so we need to find a hole back. Oh, no! Into this area. Wonderful. All right, so we are in blue, I think. We're going to keep... Oh, phantoms! All right, those, I forget what they're called. I call them gremlins. Those little guys that are chasing after me. I do not like them.
What's that symbol mean?
That is telling me that the Guardian has spawned back into the map. Sometimes he'll give me a break. He'll give me a breather. He'll let me get far enough ahead of him. This Guardian, not as bad because he's... There's the chest. He's kind of geared to spawn just like randomly across the map and throw bombs at me. There is another Guardian. I call him Frankie. And Frankie will chase after you. Fast Feet Frankie. He's a pain. He's not too bad in the green and blue sections, but every section we clear, the Guardians get a little tougher. So Bomberman over here will throw more bombs as we go along. He picks up one more bomb per area we clear.
Are these community-given names or John?
These are John names.
Okay.
I'm really bad at remembering stuff from like wiki pages and stuff like that. So, and I also played this in isolation for quite a while before I was like, oh, I should probably go check out the Discord and see what everyone's talking about.
And everyone has named them something different.
Oh, they're all appropriate, I'm sure. Oh dear. Wow, we got real lucky there and missed a hit. We might have actually, our luck might have kicked in on that. We're doing pretty good about every run, every room or section we clear, every level we clear. We're picking up some kind of upgrade. So that means that the money situation is pretty balanced, which is great. We're down to...
We got a new first-time chat from Tobias. Tobias, how's it going? John, how's it going? Is it going well?
It's going well. We're at full health. We've got some good upgrades. Double jump's really important, and we're into the last room of blues, so we're making progress.
Nice.
Right now we owe $1 because there was a phantom that went down an alternative path that we can't go after. So we owe $1.
Yeah.
That's manageable. So we're looking up. We're trying to see if there's anything up above us. This guy is slightly ahead of us, I think. No, we are on the same pace. I can tell which way to go because this area is lit up and that area is dark. That'll signify to me like that's the go forward area. We got another one of these invisible walls. I'm not a fan of these, but I do appreciate that they are here to make the sections more difficult. So
you express your displeasure on the forum.
No.
You're not one of those.
No. I will report if there are bugs. Like this room didn't work. That's a problem. But making the game more difficult, that's part of the developer's job. All right, we found the right way through.
You're very sensible.
It comes with maturity and being a software developer and working with customers who don't know what they're doing. That's okay. Customers got other problems. They're worried about bigger things. You can see that both of those were stopped, but I only stopped the one on the right there. That's because this phantom slowed that one down. So the runs that other people have do affect your area, but it is not necessarily who runs the section the fastest. It's the person who completes the run successfully.
So John, you got some trash talk going on in chat.
Oh.
So Ryan McDaniel.
Ah, yes.
He said, "Old man McDaniel needs to shave that beard and get a job, you dang hippie."
Yeah. Ryan should probably look at his employment history and, should probably figure out, how he got his start and whatever. I mean, I'm sure I had no influence on that at all, but...
He also donated $10.21.
Well, then I retract everything I just said about
Well, hold on. You got to learn about the poll. But thank you very much, Ryan. And he said cut the poll.
He would.
I don't know if I've even seen anyone donate and say yes, keep it. But
we had $700 or $800 for a keep, so there are some people who feel like it should be kept.
Okay, whatever you say, man.
So there is not a purple section yet. This game is still in early access. So the red section is the last one. If we complete this, this will count as a successful run, and we will unlock everyone's souls. You'll see our count now is down to 1. So that means that someone did not follow our red path. They took the blue path. And we can't get that soul. So
is there a cool gallery where you can see hey, here's everything that John's finished. Here's all the
Ooh, not yet. No, that would be nice.
That'd be awesome.
But I've probably completed several hundred runs now at this point, especially into the red zone. So
you're pretty good.
This game makes my brain happy. I think everyone should play games that make their brains happy and don't irk them. There's a time and place for that. I know people love Souls games. I've been having a good time playing Elden Ring, but you should also have fun while you play games. This room has a lot of darts in it, so we're trying to fly high and avoid those darts. And we're doing good. So we're going to try to skip section. Whoop. Here. Whoop. We're stuck, but that's fine. We're gonna go.
Already doing exploits.
We're going above it. Well, and this is one of the reasons they were trying to add some more mechanics in the game to make double jumping a little less common. Me as the Vine Whip player, I have an exceptionally tall jump, and so that really overpowers my my double jumps.
Now the Vine Whip. Have you played hundreds of games as Vine Whip, or have you played games trying to find that perfect character?
I've unlocked every whip. I've worked with them all. If you were to pick up this game right now and start playing it, you would have access to the first level, some of the first level whips. You have to find every whip. But that's not a good sign. We're going to let them bounce off of some stuff.
Are there microtransactions?
There are no microtransactions.
The best whip and stuff.
No. Okay. So, when you find a whip, that's great, but it will be cursed. Because we're bad people and we're stealing from this temple.
Yeah.
And so you will have to play with some kind of with some kind of detriment. So one of them, I think the one for the Vine Whip, if I remember correctly, is that just periodically, like every minute or so, the screen goes black. It starts to fade black, and you won't be able to see anything for 5 or 8 seconds. If you complete a full run with that whip, you will remove the curse. And so I've gone through and cleared all of the curses off all the whips so that it's much cleaner. There's nothing in this room, so we're going to jump over those awful blades. You'll see I picked up a lot of speed there. If you hit a ledge with a sliding jump, you can pick up some serious momentum.
Let me see that blue under you. Is that the double jump?
Yes.
So
those lines are telling me that I've activated my jump.
I feel like this game would be a lot harder without double jump.
It is a lot harder without double jump. It's also a lot harder using the other whips. There are ones that make you run faster. There are ones that... Sorry.
You're good. And the goal is to do this as quickly as possible.
The goal is to do it successfully. It actually is not as much of a speedrunning game as it is a, get
time
through.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It can punish you a little bit if you're slow. Like, I have to wait around for chests. I have to wait around for... How are we going to do this?
Nice.
We're going to do it that way. But there is no, the first person to clear it wins because everyone else who's already attempted has failed.
So Ryan in chat says, stealing is bad, ? Ryan, it's okay. Because you gave $10, and did you know that every dollar raised provides 10 meals to Feeding America? So you've given 100 meals to people. You've stolen nothing. Isn't that great, John? Do you like him more?
No. I don't think there's much that would ever really make me like Ryan more than I already do.
Well, Ryan gave the $10 that you stole from the children.
Yeah.
By getting that heart. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Just saying.
That's fine.
Sorry.
No, I would like Ryan a whole bunch. He's a great human being, and everything he does is fantastic.
Aw.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Round of applause.
Clap, 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 clap.
Okay. Let John know the count is odd. What's that mean?
Oh, we need to round that off. So I'll fix that after I finish this run. It's not something I'm going to do mid-run.
Is that bother you? Did he do that to bother you?
Yeah, he.
Actually, his comment on his donation just says odd. So I think he knows you so well that he knows this would destroy you.
It's not going to distract me too much on the run. I want to be careful there. I don't want to slip below the fog line. Bad things happen when we slip below the fog line.
Okay.
We're still riding with Aku here. He's going to go up, and we're not going to be able to beat them. So we're going to go around and pick up this chest first. And again, I'll try to show a little bit of the benefit of catching that ledge. I'm moving a lot quicker now. My double jump allows me to exploit that speed even more because I'm going to spend more time in the air because I'm using the Vine Whip.
I've noticed a lot of the phantoms that you started off with are no longer. We can't see them.
Right. So that means that every little blue section on the ground, that was where the person died. They lost their final life. So I have a theory, and I don't see too many Vine Whip players out there. I think that Vine is the best because I don't run across too many players who have Vine Whip phantoms. There could also just not be a lot of people who like double jump. I really enjoy it.
I mean, this seems like the super fun way to play. Like super fast, you're jumping everywhere.
Yeah, I can carry a lot of mobility. There is one that's extremely fast, like as fast as I was on the ramp coming down. I find it difficult to manage. There's a lot of quick reaction time you need to have, and if you're booking it too quickly, you're gonna have problems. We're gonna fall down and move. I don't remember going that way, so we're gonna take a moment and go pick up this chest. We didn't. I'll pick up that momentum again here. Now we're going a lot quicker than we were before. I'll also use the Vine Whip or I'll use the whip in general to arrest my speed. arrest my fall as well. So if I feel like I might take damage from this fall, I'll throw a Vine Whip at the ground, like that, and it will pull me down to safety.
So, what are they called? Loadouts? The different. They're not heroes.
It's tied specifically to the whip. All of the characters are exactly the same. I think they're more or less generated.
Okay. Is there another loadout that you like second best?
Yeah, it's been so long. I've used the whip for such a long time. There is a second one that I will use, but it's not because it's exceptionally good. It's for its utility purposes. And that is one that will show you where all of the chests are as you go through. So it will highlight them through walls. And I use that occasionally to go through areas and confirm, like, okay, I know where all the chests are in this type of room. The runs are procedurally generated. We're taking Long Whip there, which is really good for us. They're procedurally generated, but they're the same kind of blocks. And so it's more these blocks that are being attached together. So the room I just cleared there before I got into here.
So we have some interesting
I know
donations.
that one. What's up?
After Ryan made it odd, Jennifer, my wife, donated $1.79 to make it even again. Because she's like you. Right?
Yes. And
she said then to keep your beard, right? But then somebody, anonymous, also donated $7.79 to also make it even. Now it's odd. So,
two
great people out there have together collectively failed. But we appreciate the money, and it'll go to a great cause. Also, your wife asked, is it divine?
It is divine.
Perfect. Is that what you say to her every morning you wake up and you're like, honey, you're divine?
Not normally, because if possible, Lindsay will sleep in.
Oh.
And I will be the early riser, so I normally let her sleep.
We're similar in that. I like to get up and close the blinds so that Jenny can keep sleeping.
This is my this is what I'll run for, you know, some time in the morning before the day starts and the rest of the world wakes up.
Nice.
I'll get a run or two of this in and wake up. All right, so we're in the final area. We can see there that Aku, well, he's got a bar underneath his name. That means he dies in this section, which makes sense because we're in the last level. There are 4 sections in the last level, and Aku is also matching me. We're going opposite sides. There's a reason we do that. It doesn't make a lot of sense for this boss because he can just teleport in, but on Frankie, the chaser dude, we can actually drag him across the level and make it harder for him to catch up to us. So that's probably why Aku's doing it. I probably shouldn't have seen that Aku, like from Samurai Jack. Got a spot up there to go into.
And you have 5 hearts. I feel like, are you doing exceptionally well?
I'm doing quite well.
Okay.
Normally I'll be down to 3 hearts or so. We did get lucky that we were able to find a this is a challenging one. That we were able to find a heart replenisher. They aren't super rare, but it was good. You know, there are definitely more items. Oh, that's where we lost Aku. So now we picked up an extra heart even still because we got a certain number of phantoms picked up, or essences, I believe is what the developers call it.
We had another donation come in for $6.21. All these have been anonymous, by the way, saying, well, we still can't really see. Oh, hold on. You know, I can't read it, but I feel like they made it even. They did make it even.
Okay.
So we are back to even, and they did not vote on your poll. They're indifferent.
Okay.
They're here just for the odds and evens.
That is...
They've got their priorities straight.
That is acceptable. All right.
And your wife and my wife are talking about how sleep's the greatest thing in life in chat right now.
Many would agree with them. I'm the type of human being that if I get more than 6 hours, if I'm laying in bed, I start to get itchy. I have to get up and go do something. Even if that's something that's unproductive, still have to go do something.
John, I feel like we're extremely similar in that way. I know we've never talked about this, but yeah, my wife's like, why can't you just chill? And I'm like, you know, I just gotta be doing something.
Gotta be doing something. That is right.
At all points.
You could be running Phantom Abyss.
I could. Is this on any other platforms other than PC?
It is just PC for now.
That is unfortunate. But I'm thinking about getting a Steam Deck, so maybe I'll play it then.
This is probably a very good candidate for Steam Deck. I
Okay.
believe it actually is on the approved list, but I'd have to go take a second look. But I believe we're running this on a machine that's a couple cycles old. So yeah, 2016 machine. So this is a 6-year-old machine running a game that came out last year. I think we're doing all right as far as performance.
So Crisis Rabbit said, I dislike sleeping. So, I'm not saying I dislike sleeping. I just don't want to sleep all day. I'll get my 8 hours in and then be productive the rest of the day. Also, Ryan donated $10.32 to make it odd again. And he said to cut your beard again.
That would be my brother. Yes, that would be something that he would do.
But we're happy that he's donating because you're doing so well that it looks like you're not going to give any money.
We'll see. I've made some donations today already.
I need more money.
Oh, there we
Sorry.
go. There we took a hit.
There it is, $10.
Unless I can recover enough money to nullify that hit.
The music's kicked in. This is pretty cool. Do you get like hyped up?
Yeah. On a tough run, especially, it doesn't happen as much. I'm sitting at 5. Oh, we are actually at the end, so that probably will be $10. Yep, I don't have enough to buy, so there's $10 for a charity.
Nice.
On a run where I have only 1 heart left, yeah, it'll still get my blood pumping, even though I've run hundreds of courses. It's all good.
Man, so this is the end.
This is the end. There are 4 chests in this room. And the first time I completed a red section, I was so pumped, and I think I had 1 life left, that I did not go for any of these chests. I just was like, I'm too close. Yeah, I gotta make it to the end. I have to remove this curse from this whip that I'm using, and so I left them behind. But
And all these chests have loot in them, and that's loot that you can carry into your next run.
correct.
And that's why you're spending time to go after all these chests.
Yeah.
Throughout the run. Okay.
I don't need it. Woo! There we go. We got a quick hop of that. I don't need as much loot as I have, but we're still running. We'll still picking it up just for practices. And there we go.
Jared is yelling at me. But I want to look at you while I talk,
It's such a pretty beard. I could understand why. So we're gonna go back to our hub area, and we're very much not Indiana Jones. These items don't belong in a museum. They belong in our duffel bags stuffed to take back to the spawn area. And we're gonna put them on a pedestal, and we're gonna keep them there on that pedestal.
So you watch like haul videos on YouTube? No?
No.
Okay, well, I'm thinking you could do a haul for us. Show us your sweet loot.
Oh, so show us our We'll run through it real quick. I think it's back here. Oh, I don't have double jump because I finished the run. But yeah, all these pedestals, they come in 3 rows: green, blue, and red. These are the items that we'll have successfully grabbed as part of a run. So we can see all the pedestals here are full. This is the area for the purple, I assume, when it's unlocked by the developers. But yeah, everything's full. We've completed everything, so we're going to go into another run.
Nice. Well, that was really cool. I don't know. I didn't expect anything. Like I said, I thought it was Star Wars, but this was awesome. Like, way cool.
These are all of the whips that are in the game, so that's what? 4 by 3 by 3, so that's 10. So there are 20 whips that are eligible in the game. I think lightning's over here. This moves faster. This is, you can drop coins in lava to heal, but I think the height jump is significantly better than the
So
rest.
everyone's the same character, and there's not like things other than whips.
Correct.
Everyone has a whip. It's just the whips all do different things.
Yeah, and there's a basic whip where if you lose all of your whips in the temple, that you can go pick up.
Okay.
So I think we owe $3 plus $10.
$10. Yeah,
We
you're
can
at
see that there are
$13.
already 2 people ahead of us that are not going to make it through this room, or through this level. So we're gonna, take our time.
plebs.
Well, everyone starts somewhere.
We can call them plebs.
Oh, you can.
Okay, you're making me just look like the bad guy here.
You might be the bad guy.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you're collecting all their...
I have to. That's part of the donation I set upon myself, is that I need to collect as much as I can. Make it a little bit more risky. I could just avoid a whole bunch of stuff, and there would,
That would be no fun.
there'd be a likelihood that I wouldn't take any damage whatsoever, and that's not fun. We want to raise that money for charity, even though I want to take it away from charity as often as I can.
Yeah.
So we're 16. We've gotten 6 collected so far. There are 10 more out there.
You got somebody in chat who already wants to play this game, so you're already
Wonderful.
spreading the love.
We are evangelizing Phantom Abyss.
And I would totally play this if I had the ability.
Yeah, it's a fun game. The Discord's very helpful and friendly. There are a couple, things that have been dropped out. They're like, hey, I don't understand how this works, and someone jumps on top of that question. It's like, let me go on. It's from Devolver Digital as a publisher. The team that makes this is called Team Weeby or Wibby. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it correctly, but they do a developer kind of showcase on a frequent case. I think it's once a month. They just had it this week, and you can come into the Twitch chat and ask questions, and kind of find out what's going on. When there was a big kerfluffle about one of the major changes, they made quick modifications to balance it with what the community wants versus what the developer wants. They were very transparent about that in their developer showcase. So really appreciate how forthright they are. I think that always works out for the better for the community.
Love a good dev.
So appreciate them putting in that effort and working with their community. This one's stuck. Can you pause? I didn't think you could pause this. No, you can't pause them. I'm not sure why that one's stuck. Alright, so we're running. There'll probably be a chest up at the top. Yeah, alright. And there'll be one back here, too.
And since it's procedural generated, you don't know where the chests are going to be. You just know where to look.
I know, if I know the room well enough, I will know where the chest is in that room.
Okay. So the rooms are the same. It's just the order that they come
Correct.
in is maybe different. Okay.
Right. And so there's like a room that I call 4 Pillars, which has a bunch of chests in it. We didn't see it in the last run. So it's not like there's a limited number. We might see one room a couple times, but it's pretty rare. It does a good job cycling in new areas. I believe we picked up all those phantoms that were missing, all 7 of them. We're heading into the next section. We're going to lose Therid Stone there. He's not going to make it out. We're looking at 200 is what we need for the next area.
And that blue line,
underneath his name.
Once it fills up, that's
where he died. Yep, he died right up there. So we're going to pick up his essence. Yep, there it says. The red stone. Not Therid Stone, the red stone. There have been a couple people that I've messaged in the Discord, but like, yo, man, I got you. Don't worry about that. I'll pick that up for you. There have been a couple spots before where like 4 or 5 people have gotten knocked out on the same.
So I think that's a very interesting aspect of this game that I would like to get in more. So if you drop something, if you die, somebody, like you said, somebody can come back and pick it up for you later.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say there were like 21 whips, if you were to lose all 5 of your lives, would that whip, would you now then have 20?
No, you're not collecting extras. I do have to double jump. Okay. It would stay in there. So if I lost 5 runs in a row and I never successfully went back and got the stuff, I would have only 15 pedestals that I could choose from back that actually have whips in them.
Unless another player went into the game and got it.
And successfully completed that run, yes.
So cool.
Yeah. I took damage from
$10, guys.
From there. Alright, so this is the hardest room in the game. I'm not sure which phantom is chasing me right now. I think it's the laser dude. Which is of course, the official title.
Yeah.
The official title. I'm not really having a hard... Yep, there he is. Okay, definitely laser dude. Whoop! Almost got hit there. I'm also trying to make sure that I, collect as many chests as possible. There might be 1 or 2 that I'm going to miss, especially if we get in a dark room. In the last run, we didn't see any dark rooms whatsoever.
So we have a new donation from Lindsay, and she donated $50. And she said, I'll pay a cool mill. And the comment cuts off.
Well, that would be news to me. That would not be something that we had planned.
I'm going to figure out a way to look at the full content.
Okay.
But she also said to keep the beard. So,
Okay.
And I feel like your wife's opinion holds more weight than, Ryan.
It definitely holds more opinion than mine.
Yeah.
The beard's attached to my face, but she's the one who has to look at it.
And, like, when you kiss her, like, I tried to grow a beard once, and my wife was like, absolutely not. Every time you even, like, get near me, it prickles me.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, a growth out stage where you just kind of have to be like, all right, we can't see each other for, like, a month and a half until I fix this problem.
She said she'd pay a cool millie to listen to John commentate. Which is what's happening, essentially.
A little bit, yeah. I know we got KQB later tonight, Killer Queen Black. I will be commentating that.
Yeah, I'll be playing that while you commentate, so that'll be super fun.
I am pumped for that. That is not a exit. All right, we're gonna bait these so they fall down. The laser guy is one of the more deceptive enemies. Sometimes he can be real easy, and other times he can get us in a tight corridor hallway, and there's no way out. So
and he's gonna follow you through this whole
run.
The whole run. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So it definitely, it's not something that will probably kill you on every run, but it'll take a point or two, and he'll also get up in your business like that. And if we run into him, we'll take damage. So we kind of have to juggle where he is on the map as well. And we're up.
There's people agreeing in chat that your wife has the final say.
Yeah. I know how the social order works. It's fine.
Okay.
So no one picked that one up. Most people don't know that it's back there. So that's again where that whip that shows me where all of the items are was very helpful. I could go in and figure out like, okay, cool, how do I get there? And also the trails from other people. And be like, why is this guy running into this area and disappearing? Oh, there must be something over there.
Yeah, because like following the Phantom seems like a really good way to learn.
Yes. A lot of the better players are using that lightning whip so they can go fast. Not a Sonic game. It's important to go fast, but it isn't the only thing that's important in the game. So we did our Sonic block much earlier. All right, now we're in a dark room, and this really levels the playing field because we are going to kind of daisy chain ourselves to these torches, picking up these crystals, because they'll be almost the only luminance that we have in that area, and now we're through with it. We're going to quick whip and keep moving forward.
Crisis Rabbit's been married for 20 years. And they seem to be very happy.
Good.
How long have you been married?
I will have been married 15 years in about 3 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations. Being married is the best. I like it.
It works for us. I don't know if it works for Jared. I think you cracked him a little bit over there, but
I mean, I really hope Jared's happy. You know, you've put on this whole production.
Jared's happy apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we have a first-time chat from a viewer, Fletch Makes, and they type in all caps, Phantom Abyss, yeah. So they seem to really enjoy this.
Good. I did post in the Discord channel and let them know, hey, what's going on? And like I said, the community is very friendly, very helpful. They even set up a timer to send a server announcement to be like, hey, someone in our community is running a game for charity. So, you know, that was, you know, just something genuine.
Yeah, that's great. Good community, good developers.
Yeah. I'm hoping that when it gets closer to its its full release date, we'll pick up some more people. So, and we started with 12 people. What map am I on? Okay, I'm on this one. We started with 12 people, and all of them went through to the blue section. No one went to the green section, so we still have an opportunity to have a perfect run. We can at least collect all the Phantoms. We'll see if we can repair the health. There'll be a chest over the left here I'm going to pick up. There we go.
Fletch said the server announcement was set. So.
Wonderful. We'll keep running. Again, this is where double jump is kind of broken. I can avoid all these dangers here, and you can see the person in front of me is doing the same thing by just going around. And that's one of the things that's really challenging for the developer here is you want to feel powerful, but there also have to be some stakes, and if I can just go wee and avoid everything, then how really dangerous is it? So
what do you think will happen to double jump?
I don't. It's so much fun to play. It was very frustrating to have it removed, but I'm not a video game programmer. I'm a software developer though, and I kind of understand that challenge of your design versus its implementation. I think it'll have to be nerfed in some way. Maybe like more of a cooldown than a complete removal, or like a economy system was what it was basically had before, and we saw it with the whip a little bit, but I didn't actually use the whip. The banishment is what I...
Could you maybe make it so it gets better as you get longer into your run, so it kind of feels like you've earned it?
Yeah, I think they'll crack. I think they'll crack it. All right, this is a dark room, and we didn't get presented with the light at the beginning. So again, that procedural part. So we're running a little blind there, but we'll pick these up. They will also deteriorate the farther we go in, so you really need to pick up them as you go. And we can't slow him down in any way, so we just have to move through quickly and avoid him.
And if there were no crystals, or are there always crystals with dark rooms?
There are always crystals, but I think there's some kind of cadence to how they're spread out.
Okay.
So we were flying blind there in the beginning.
I feel like you could just run it, without the crystal.
You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. It's a little too dark there. Let's keep looking forward. I'm also using it to try and spot the corners to see if I can find any
all the chests
that are in here, and to know where to go, because laser guy back there, he's a little pissed off. All right, we are clear. This is one of the hardest rooms in the game. There's just not a lot of space. There are a lot of second hardest room. I think that one we showed earlier with all the giant pillars and the blades everywhere where I took that damage. That's probably the toughest. We got another dark room here.
I keep giving them to you.
Yeah, we didn't get any of the first run, so I think they were like, all right, we want to show off the mechanics of the game. The developer is out personally to get me, so let's
so
toss
Fletch
it out there.
says that he thinks it's too jumpy and you hit your head often. But he said most experienced players suggest that the lightning whip or ice whip are best.
I see a lot of lightning players whose souls are already dead. I'm picking them up. I don't see nearly as many Vine Whip players.
Dang,
so
talking trash.
I'm just making an observation off the data that I have in front of me. I'm sure Wibby can crunch it and actually show us.
Kitten says I like zooming around with the ice whip.
There's one that allows us to like slide. So you can do these kind of like hops where you slide and then you jump out of it and you go scooting. So
could you remind me again what whip you're using?
I'm using the Vine Whip.
The Vine Whip, okay.
And that gives me, we're gonna avoid that. It gives me that double jump,
so when
or that high jump.
Lightning or ice are best. So you're really not using one that's...
I'm not on meta.
Okay. And I was thinking about this earlier. Is there a meta? Is there basically like a loadout that everyone uses to try to get the best runs?
I do see a lot of that lightning whip. People who are booking it.
And is there anything that what means a best run? Because it's all procedural, and you said it's not about speed. So like, what constitutes like a really good run?
To me, a good run is picked up all the phantoms and didn't take any damage, and we complete it. You know, we get to the end and we release all the souls and we get people back their gear and they get moving forward. So
so say you're on the Discord, or maybe they have a subreddit or something, what would be worth like posting, being like, guys, watch this, look what I did? Be doing what you just said and really fast?
Yeah, I have a couple Discords that I'm a part of. There's one that's always like, hey, post your cool stuff, and the first first run I did that was perfect, where I had like a lot of money at the end too. I posted that one out there, and the economy's changed a little bit, but I had taken no damage. I completed everything. I picked up a bunch of people's souls, and I had bought every single time I ran into a shrine. So that means that I wasn't skipping chests. I was trying to play it, explore all the areas possible. So that's always a good feeling, when you have that sweet run, everything's clean. It's always nice.
Do you know what Path of Exile is?
Yes.
Okay, so that's like my most played game in history, and this is reminds me of doing the enchantment runs. It's just like, instead of a top-down, It's like a 3D version of doing the I forget the name now, it's been years, but the runs where you would then get through and there was a chest at the end and you could enchant your gear, and it had these exact spikes, and it's just very reminiscent of that.
It's you know, it's like Minecraft, right? Where you're like, what's the objective? And it's like, well, you know, you can get to the end, but it's also about playing it how you want to play it, and that's how I play Phantom Abyss as well as.
And that's why I was asking about with the double jump making it better over time, because like with JRPGs, or not JRPGs, ARPGs, you know, your character at the end of the game is basically indestructible, but that's
Sure.
the whole point.
Right.
So,
You know, I take advantage of all the abilities that are available in Elden Ring, and some people say, well, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but it was put in the game for a reason. We're gonna take Long Whip instead of Vanishing. They're both really good, but I think Long Whip can make up for some mistakes that I might.
so how many of these power-ups do you get through a run?
They're how many I get per run? They're probably 7 or so.
Okay.
As they
And
go
are
up.
they also procedural? They're
Yes,
random?
they're
Okay.
randomized as they go through as well. Each one costs 50 more gold than the previous one, so we started 150, 200, 250.
Another reason to get chests.
So yes, there's more chests we hunt. You know, and I see people who run past chests, and that's great. You know, go for it. They're playing the game they want. They're going to be faster than me. They're going to complete sections, but you know, they're phantoms in the level, so that means that they didn't successfully complete it. So I'm going to take my time, go a little bit slower.
Fletch says you're looking very clean.
So far, yeah, we're doing real good. That like I said, that pillars one, it's real tough.
Oh, he wasn't talking about your beard.
Oh.
I thought he was talking about your beard.
I think he's talking about the run.
Oh, well, why not both?
Certainly can. So yeah, we lost a player already over there. He must have got nailed by a dart. So we're gonna try and go
R.I.P.
pick up that phantom, get that young man or woman, get them their whip back. You can also buy into the whip. So if you're like, oh man, I lost my vine whip and I really want it back, you can spend some of the money that you've earned, the red and green and blue tokens, to unlock it. So not all hope is lost in that situation.
Fletch does say you look well groomed, so
Thank you.
we can confirm that he thinks you are clean in both.
So fresh and so clean.
Yes.
So we just picked up that essence there. It was 1 of 5, so we're not going to be able to earn another art through this run. So we are kind of tapped out. We're going to check some spots here. There's one chest over here, and there's one chest on the right side of the room. We're also going to look for some opportunities. There's a spot underneath there that we're going to go to. Gonna pick this one up. So we are now tapped out. Alright, we're tapped out for essences that we can pick up. We've picked up, thought everyone's. Maybe I missed one. We'll see. I know there were 16 to start with. We've had some attrition. Some people have broken off and gone down different paths. So we'll work with what we got.
It looks like you've caught the snitch. It's 150
Yes.
points.
And all those points are going to Gryffindor.
Nice.
All right. So pop this door open. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. You'll see me flick up real quick to look up. I'm checking for doors that are in the ceiling to get more
Ceiling
chests.
doors. Wow.
Ceiling door. This is an empty room. There's no point to it. I'm always very terrified when I go in there because maybe
Looks like an arena.
yeah, there's going to be something that happens in there that's bad. This is if there's one bad room in the game, it's this room, and it's meant to be bad. This was a pretty easy version of it, but you can see that there are tiers and levels that you have to climb up, and you don't get to see them.
So there are probably chests up there, but you're like, nah, I'm not doing that.
It's normally easy enough to see where there will be a chest, so I can kind of spot those. But yeah, I looked around real quick and didn't see any. I'd go for them. In almost all situations, there are a couple where if I'm being chased real bad, I might try to skip them. But
Your build seems perfect for that room, or are there better ones?
it's really good in there. The double jump really helps. Wings help. Wings is what lets you fall real slow.
Oh.
So if you make a mistake, you can kind of correct that. And yeah, we're all alone right now. Everyone else is expired or gone down a separate path.
Deceased.
So we will be able to whip those and get them out ourselves. Our friendly eyeball boy is over here.
A phantom just has it out for you.
He's mad.
I've seen him in a couple rooms. Is that the right terminology? Rooms?
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I call them. I call them levels.
Levels. Okay.
He'll normally gives us a little bit of head start. He is quite sporting. I will give him credit for that. And we don't normally try to whip him if we don't have to. You know, we don't want to banish him. He will come back on a timer though. If we banish him.
Fletch says any vertical or speed is a little unbalanced in this game. So vine whip plus double jump plus wings is amazing.
Yeah, there's a whole chain that people talk about. This is the other disadvantage of being alone, is that you have to go through everything yourself. But yeah, there's a combination you can go through that is pretty ludicrously broken. You almost never touch the ground if you don't want to.
And sometimes that sounds really fun, you know?
Yeah, there's a whole movement mechanic you can get real smooth at. Like I said, I always compare it to CS Surf. A lot of people don't know about old Counter-Strike Surf stuff.
1.6, baby.
But it's definitely in the same family of movement and managing that movement.
And you know, when I first started looking at this, you're talking about CS Surf, and then I was talking about the Path of Exile, Path of Exile stuff. Like, both of those games are two of my favorites. So it's just very, I wish I could play it. I really do.
Oh, no, we don't have enough. I thought we were close. I thought we were 350. I mean,
so where's, because up there it says 390.
Yep. So I need to have 400. I thought
okay.
we only needed 350.
And that would have given you a power up, right?
That would give me another power up.
So really, that room that you skipped.
I didn't see any chests in that room. Otherwise, I would have gone for them.
Okay.
They'll normally be on the lips, so they'll stand out and.
Oh, you'd be able to see it.
Yeah, I can see them from where you enter the room. All right, we got five more doors to open. So we're gonna try to run through this as quickly as possible.
Now we're calling these rooms. On that last screen, there were like 4. What do you call those?
I call them. You know, you would call them rooms. I call them levels.
Okay.
But yeah, they're a continuous collection.
I feel like there are multiple rooms.
This
per
spot
level.
here, I would call a room, like an individual unit, a single procedurally generated block.
Yeah.
Like this, to me, is the room. This is one of the tougher ones still, but we're going to make it slightly easier by being a floaty human being. We're clearing out.
Fletch says that Kitten is a pillar of our Discord community. Also has 10,000 green keys. Very much a legend. Could you explain the green keys?
Sure. So not every chest, but some of them will have keys in them, and you'll see like the lettering come up there. Like I just picked up a epic key. Mm-hmm. He must have run, and for a completed run like the one I did earlier, I got 15 keys or so. So to have 10,000 green keys means that he must have completed quite a few runs.
Did you get any green keys?
Yeah, I probably will come away with 5 or so.
After a successful run?
Yes, you'll get more if you go deeper into that one specific section. I'm going to red. So I'm going to get a lot more. I'm going and completing the level at red. You can decide to bail a run at every 3rd room. So the green area will have 3 green. Sorry, I said room. I'm interchanging room level. But that map we were looking at has 2 paths that break there, kind of like old Super Mario World. One of the paths will stop you in that color. The other one will take you on into the new color. So I've been presented with options to go down the green path or move forward to blue. We went to blue. I was presented to stop in the blue section or go to red. We went to red. And since red is the end of the game right now, when we get through the final 4 doors in the red section, we'll be done.
So when do you think they're going to release the next past red? Has that been announced?
It may have been announced. I'm really bad at video game news. But I would expect,
Fletch probably knows. He could probably let us know in chat.
Gonna take Banishing Whip, which might have been the wrong call there. But we're trying to give money to charity, so we're gonna keep the Phantom with us.
John has no regrets, I would assume.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
All right.
We have special Discord rules for getting 1,000 green, blue, red keys. Do you have 1,000 of any keys?
I have Probably by the time we finish this, 1,800 reds.
Okay.
I might have over 1,000 greens.
Okay. So you got to get those Discord rolls.
Probably.
And kind of like what I asked earlier, is there like could you go and look up Fletch's character and see how many keys they have?
I do not know of a way to do it.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh no.
I missed a whip. We're gonna go up here.
Because I think it'd be awesome to be able to go to Kitten's page or Fletch's and be like, oh, let's see how many runs they've completed, how many keys they have.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's something that's in the game or being worked on.
I have no compunctions about being the best player. I'm just, I'm taking my time. I'm getting all these chests. Other people are probably doing this faster than me, but my goal is always to have a successful run. If I had to give a number to it, I would say I probably complete 9 out of every 10 runs successfully. I still have some failures every now and then, but they're much more the rarity than the norm now.
After watching this, I don't see how you fail any runs. You just kill it.
Yeah, I've been putting in a little extra, practice the past few weeks, prepping for the run tonight. But yeah,
it's definitely paying off. You're killing it.
Thank you.
You're making the community proud.
Hell yeah.
You've got multiple community members here telling you how good you are.
Sweet.
Also, Fletch says, yes, next update is coming soon, TM, but we don't know exactly when. There is twice monthly streams with the devs, so.
Those were those developer diaries that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, it's very, very nice. Like, I also play Chivalry. There's a Chivalry patch coming out in a few weeks.
Dude,
I had no idea what was going on. So I'm not the best source. I would say the Discord is definitely the hot spot for communications and activity. We're gonna bait this.
So this is the very last level.
Yes, we have only 3 more doors left to go through. I'm trying to complete them as quickly as possible because I think we're running
we're
a
good.
little behind.
That's what the shows are for, the evening shows.
Whee! All right. This guy used to terrify me until I figured out that you could just run up along the wall and skip him. So, there are also those kind of little things you figure out. I haven't watched too many videos of other players, only on sections that baffle me. There was one where the whip that allows you to see through walls shows me a chest, and I could not figure out how to get it, and it's just an old block. Like, it's left in there. It's intentionally like a bug. So, okay, cool. We're,
Do you think you'll be able to make up that heart that you've lost? Or is that not going to be possible?
It's going to be close. We haven't had a super high economy in this one. So we might be able to pull it off, but, we'll roll with it. I hope someone was keeping track of how much I owe, because I got lost along the way.
We're at $21 right now.
All right. If there were chests, I would be able to see them. There might be something there. We need to figure out where to go here to get up.
Yeah, you should go for it, in my opinion.
And this is the part that's, I understand.
You could fall at any moment. Oh, just like
right
that. Okay.
Where is the hole? There. No. There it is.
I see. So this is like very slow and
it kind of breaks the rhythm for what the game is, but that's fine. It might also be illusion. A lot of this is an allusion to Indiana Jones. This is probably the part where he has to throw the dirt on the bridge and take the leap of faith. We can look back here and see, like, there wasn't a chest there, there wasn't a chest there, there wasn't a chest down there, so there wasn't anything for else to pick up. So we'll just grab this and head back to the farm.
Nice.
So 2 more to go. We can do a quick check here to see how much more money we need. 500. So we need to pick up about 50 space bucks on each one of these areas. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it.
So, John, just during your run, you've raised almost $200.
Well,
pretty good.
That is nice.
And we're not even done, and that doesn't count your 23. 21.
Oh, we picked up a little bit of lag. There is a glitch every now and then where you'll just be running along and you drop like 30 frames. It isn't normally too impactful, but if you're in a rhythm, it can be very dangerous. there's another example of us having double jump, having high jump, being able to kind of skirt this whole area and easily go in and pick up.
So in this red section, you have to collect all 4 of these.
Yes,
Okay.
for the game.
And then that's how you win.
Yep.
Which is different from all the other levels.
Correct.
Okay.
And in the red section there are 4, in the blue section there are 4, and in the green section there are 2. As the colors change, it gets more difficult. So red is the most challenging right now. When I first got into red, it was difficult for me to consistently get into red. And the first 5 or 8 times I got into red, I died. Then I started getting more familiar with the patterns and the rooms. Really starting to know where the chests are so I could get more money, so that I could buy more upgrades and kind of keep that upgrade flow rolling. Also didn't know for a long time that you could whip a lot of the enemies.
Yeah, what was that thing?
It's a chain chomp. It probably has a better name, but it's a enemy attached to a rope. So it's a chain chomp. This is another one of the more difficult ones. There isn't a pattern
It's got
so
the cool
much.
music.
Yeah, you definitely know when they step up the volume. We got these chaser dudes. Sometimes there's a chest down there, but there isn't. We're gonna try to make sure that the chaser dudes run into a wall and stop chasing. Check in.
Fletch said it was about 10 hours into the game before he reached his first green temple.
Yeah, it's a lot of repetition. It's a lot of realizing those patterns. Like, okay, I know this room. I know there's going to be a chest over here on the right side. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to, and that's force of habit. I don't need that chest. I already have enough money to get what I need. I'm not going to be able to get any more, but you keep doing it because you want to stay.
Now that you've got the last of these 4, is the game over, or do you have to go through that last room?
I have to go into that last room, and I have to get. I'm going to pick up 3 more key chests, 4 more key chests. I'm going to see if I can steal some money from charity here.
Nice.
And I can't. So we'll pick up the soul
yeah.
armor.
That's $10 guaranteed then, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I took one damage there. I think I'm short 4 souls, so that's 14. Added on to the 20.
So each soul was $1, right?
Each soul that I missed was $1. There were 16 I could have picked up, and I want to pick up 12.
Okay, so you are at 25 then.
Okay.
Because you missed 1 last round.
Cool.
And 4 plus 1, if my number's correct, is 5.
It's normally 5, yes.
Okay, cool.
So old math and new math say that that's both 5.
Awesome.
So we can see here, I don't have 1,000 green. I only have 750, 455 blue, and 1767. So that kind of shows how many runs I've done in red versus the 2 other colors. You'll pick up some incidental greens and some incidental blues, but you get the most for whichever section you complete.
And you did it?
That's it. That's the end of the run.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And with your donation, your $25, then yeah, it's going to put us over 200 raised during your hour slot. So.
Beautiful.
Oh, and Jared says he'll match that.
Yeah. Do we have anyone else in chat who's willing to match?
Are you matching the 200 or the 25?
25.
Okay.
Because John, let's give a shout out for John and his amazing commentary on that game. I was paying attention. There was a lot of stuff going on, so thanks, John.
Of course.
Go, John.
Yeah. Phantom
And
Abyss.
great commentary.
Yep.
Like
we said earlier, it's a good game. It's got good developers. It's got good community. It definitely deserves a lot more attention than it's receiving, but it's also in early access, so I'm hoping that when it goes for its full release, a lot more people come and check it out. So,
all right. Well, we're going to go to commercial break, and it's not, it's the Feeding America commercial. And then when we come back, we're going to be going to Game Roulette, where there's going to be a wheel that we spin, and then we play things, and we don't know what's on the wheel. And it's a real wheel, like a good wheel, like a quality wheel. So stick around.
bye, y'all.